right, so we are at Taylor Park 2025. We have been here for we've been here many times. We started riding here back when there were no side-by-sides. It was just ATVs and dirt bikes. It's gotten way more popular, but as far as our group goes, if there were, votes taken of all the places we've been, this would probably be the favorite of all the places we go. So this is just kind of what the place looks like. We're on top of a hill right now, and you got the mountains over there. You've got Taylor Reservoir, huge reservoir down there, just beautiful amongst the mountains. So this place it's just really hard to beat. We've got a lot of good rides in store and a lot of cool things that are going to happen on this trip.
So here's a quick preview of what's to come. We had a marriage proposal this year. We've had one previously in a different year as well. A lot of side-by-side riding, a little bit of dirt biking and jeeping. We hiked to 13,214 feet. There was a lot of fishing, whether it was alone, with friends, or just eating. And speaking of eating, we ate really well over this trip. We saw wildlife, and we also saw wildfire. We saw beautiful waterfalls, sunsets, and wildflowers. We visited a geocache, explored mines, and visited historic places. Heck, we even sprinkle in a little bit of patriotism. We hope you strap in for the ride and enjoy.
Holtz Guest Ranch. This is our little cabin for a couple weeks. All right, it's Wednesday morning. We are at Taylor Park Trading Post. There is the cafe, gas station, and general store, and our group is staging for our first ride to Tomichi Creek.
Flag you're seeing up to the left, we actually put that in 10 years ago in 2015. So we go to some other areas out here and we've seen flags before, and we thought it was really cool. And one day we were piddling around on this trail. There's an old mine near there, and long story short, we found an old pipe, and we decided to put the flag up there. And so the 10-year reunion 2015, we're going to dress it up again.
Close your mouth.
Perfect. Take. Oh. Yeah, just put that real hot. Take that out of it. Now, next time somebody comes up. There they are. Got them.
Our group spotted a moose and her calf up here. Unfortunately, GoPros aren't good at capturing this type of footage.
Here, get one now. All right, we just got the American flag put up. We're on Tomichi Creek. And this is a spot we've stopped at before for lunch, and we did it again. All right, we're at a real tough section here. I mean, it's not real tough, but it's technical, and it's slick, and it's uphill. There, we already had a bang. And there's some jagged rocks. And this is why we set up shop here. Come inside of that rock, yeah. Easy to chair quarterback it from up here on the trail. Got a little hang up here, but we're working on it.
Because that machine doesn't have mirrors.
I would turn to driver's side and back up another foot or two, and then come inside of that big rock that we were looking at. Turn driver, no, other driver, yeah, there you go. All right, stop. Now come straight to me. Great line, just keep it rolling. His door came open. It got him a little off his game.
Today is Thursday, July 10th. We started off riding over Slaughterhouse Gulch and into Tin Cup to eat at Frenchie's.
We are in the very beautiful town of Tin Cup, Colorado. It's not a ghost town. People still live here, but it's way up high elevation. They've got a cafe here called Frenchie's. Outstanding food. And the kids can fish.
Get it. Bring it over here again.
I think she's got a lunker here.
Yeah. Nice. Jeez.
Dang, it's fighting.
Put that in the frying pan, man.
And it's not much bigger than what you see. And when we leave here, I'll get a little bit of footage. We'll go by the church, and then we're going to go to a cemetery.
Although the mood's a little somber, Tin Cup Cemetery is an excellent place to visit, not only due to the scenery, but also the history that it has to show.
Some of these plots are just so old. You almost have to be careful where you walk with stones or wood markers. I mean, you could find a prettier place as your final resting spot, that's for sure. But yeah, some of these are just very old and broken down. Oh, there it is. First burial in Tin Cup Cemetery. Died April 30th, 1879. So I'm on the dirt bike. We are looking down on Mirror Lake. It's very windy and smoky. There's a wildfire about 2 hours from here. This is always one of my favorite trails. Motorcycle, dirt bike, or four-wheeler, so there's no side-by-side. It's not as busy, and that view down on Mirror Lake. Another look at Mirror Lake.
Oh, mercy. I'm gonna make it land.
And just when you think we couldn't possibly stuff any more into one day, Ellie and Garrett got engaged down at Mirror Lake while I was doing that video up from the top on the dirt bike.
Yes! Oh my god!
This is not the first engagement that's ever happened on one of our trips. We've got James and Tira who have been engaged before, and they are still a happily married couple. Today's Friday, July 11th, 2025. We've ridden up to Cumberland Pass. Just a nice place to park, get a few snacks, and enjoy the views from up here on top. It's a nice view. We are headed towards a fire tower to hike today. Tough hike. We're starting out at just shy of 12.5, and we're gonna hike all the way up to a fire tower up there.
Look at that sled ride. This I might die.
We are at 13,200 and some feet. So 13,002 something.
I have lavender flowers for if you
One of those is in Tira.
Fire tower.
I was gonna look.
We'll do a little look around here.
You know, I see a lot of trees.
AI. Tell us everything about where I'm sitting.
Not on our mountain.
Oh, there's a
Alright, Ellie, there's the picture.
There's a chipmunk.
Oh, that's up there?
What's that guy eat
Oh
up
my
here?
God.
After the hike, some of us went to the town of Pitkin to visit the general store and eat. Pitkin is one of my favorite towns I've ever been to.
We're headed to Flag Mountain, which is one of the more popular destinations out here. We always stop at this little rock field along the way, let the kids and the adults play around, climb around on these rocks.
Do this one. That one looks a little bit.
We got 3 that climbed up.
Just that.
Oh, now you got squeeze between.
Wildflowers are one of those things our group is extremely fond of, and we had no shortage of those this year. This is another spot on this trail that we have historically stopped at every year that we come to Taylor Park. We are turning the corner to climb to American Flag Mountain at 12,713 feet. It is one heck of a memorable climb.
American Flag Mountain, and I'm going to give you a little tour of it here. Obviously the video is not going to do any of this justice.
You go first, Gary.
Cracks.
Turned on the air conditioning. It was rude.
Yeah, it is chilly. It would appear somebody had a bad day. So we were at the Alpine Tunnel way back a long time ago, late 1800s, early 1900s. This was a train track, but it came through here. It went to Denver, and it was a $7 ticket. This was the tool shed here, and this was the old engine house. So they'd pull the train in, and they'd pull that in there, and they'd do whatever service or work they needed to do on it. A lot of the old structures aren't here anymore, but you can see the remnants. There's the old coaling platform. Stone storage cellar. Probably a lot of whiskey. Who knows, beer, wine, food. Here's the animal structure. We think there were chickens, even though it looks newer. And then here was an animal pen. We're guessing a couple horse stalls. This was the boarding house.
The boarding house?
Completely collapsed in 1959. Here we are in 2025, and it's not looking a whole lot better. So this is where the train came through, and you can see right up through here, and then eventually up here there will be a tunnel through the mountain, which the tunnel is not there anymore. This building was called the section house. Workers could sleep and eat. Had a bunkhouse in there, built in 1881. This is the old train track switch where we could get some off and maybe get them into the engine house over there, or to get two trains through. But either way, that looks like the original piece to switch the, yeah, that is. You can see that it connects to those tracks there and would move from one to the other. That is an old piece of equipment, 1881. This was originally, the turntable was in the engine house, and then they moved it out of the engine house and moved it to here. So when they needed to send the train back through the mountain and back to Denver, they'd pull it in here, turn it around. Kind of cool. Old water tank, tunnel water tank right there. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Who are you gonna get? Looks like we have some in our crew. They're hiding snowballs to attack other people in our crew. So this is where obviously the train tracks came, but the tunnel went through this mountain and then to the north toward Denver. Sounds like some snowballs have been thrown, and some have promised revenge when they go back down. Looks like they fought this for
about 30 years. And then finally they accepted defeat with some cave-ins and that sort of thing, and things came to a halt permanently in 1910.
Napoleon Pass. We got a little rain, a little storms, so we're gonna get down. And don't let off too early. Get yourself to the top.
Go! 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 Go!
Maybe it's an optical illusion at the bottom, but it sure would appear to us that some of these folks should have stayed in that skinny pedal a little bit further up to the top. Today is Monday, July 14th, and we had split agendas. We had some drive to Crested Butte. We had the kids and some others swimming in the hot springs in Ouray. Another group went in a Jeep over Black Bear Pass, and I was on a dual sport bike, did Black Bear Pass, Ophir Pass, Red Mountain Pass. I'm going to have a separate video on that entire ride. It was absolutely phenomenal. I will post a link in the comments of this video once I get that one done, but here's a super quick preview of what that video will show.
Oh man, that's fun. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. Woo. Woohoo. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. So far, knock on wood. Yeah. Give it a whirl. Yeah. There we go. Man, that looks oh. All right. We are, I believe, getting close. Oh my God, there's that powerhouse and Bridal Veil Falls down there. Look at that. I gotta watch the road, or whatever you call this. This trail is so cool. Oh my God. That is one of the most beautiful sights I've seen.
Today is Tuesday, July 15th, and we are headed up to Cross Mountain to watch the sunset. We got there a little late, but it was still beautiful. This is probably my favorite spot out here because of its beauty, and also it just feels a little more private as not as many people know about it.
Cross Mountain.
That's we made it!
To watch the sunset.
You made it. I knew we were going to make it. We survived!
Mirror Lake. We're gonna have some water right through back over that way. This is where Ellie and Garrett got engaged, was right here.
For anyone concerned, this is actually a legal route around Mirror Lake. This route only opened up a couple weeks back due to snow blockage up ahead on Tin Cup Pass. But all that snow melt has to go somewhere, and it comes right down here to the lake. The level has come down quite a bit since we've been here, making it a lot more manageable to get through.
We have gotten to the top of Tin Cup Pass. We always check a geocache that we found many years ago.
Hey, our names are in
And that was on 7/13, so July 13th one year the pass was still snowed over. Left a fishing lure on 2015.
We are headed down to the town of St. Elmo. Here at the ghost town of St. Elmo. That's the general store. There's a lot of old buildings here.
This one's my favorite.
Once they start to your hand, you can just smooth your hand up with stuff. Sometimes they'll jump up, sometimes they'll
Hancock Pass.
Just distracted. Guys, get out of that hole! So what?
We got a white squirrel. I've never seen that in my life. Who needs a sled?
pick a good one.
We're on the Lily Pond Trail, headed to the Lily Pond. This is a pretty serious old mining community in here. The old porta potty.
The mine shaft that's been covered and filled with water. All the tailings have come out and they're dumped out here.
It does look to be a bit.
It looks deep.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to have some spring activity to it for it to be flowing.
On so we can see how deep it is.
And what were these called, John?
Tailings pile.
Tailings pile.
There it goes.
Ha ha!
Scoop it up. I was like, oh, I want that carrot. Oh.
There you go.
Watching, they're watching the people.
Yeah. There he comes. There
There we go.
Oh, she's got your number.
So we are at the end of the Lily Pond Trail, and this is the Lily Pond. We're still on Lily Pond Trail, and we've seen some of the mining buildings. This is the actual heavy-duty mine that was up here. I don't know if this is an old steam engine. It kind of looks like that. Some old buildings, huge boiler up there. It's the whole operation, gears.
No, let's not. Hold on.
Columbine Complex, Red Buck Mines. There's another building over here that we might be able to get into. Yeah, I'm sure it's haunted. Ladies first. If there's a ghost in there, I want you ladies to find them first so I can run. This looks about like your all's room back at Holt's Guest Ranch.
I'm scared I'm gonna step on a human body.
This was our last ride, and we came across this huge water crossing, and one of the motorcyclists asked my opinion about how to get across. Do you think it worked?
The hard part's not seeing the rocks.
Any recommendations? Left, right, middle?
Man, my recommendation would be ride light and be ready to hit a rock and just go for it. But I'm not telling you to do that. There you go. That's not a bad move there.
Well, he did get a little water in his engine, but he got it going and made it the rest of the way just fine. The next rider does not fare as well, and I think by this point they knew not to ask my opinion.
We went in that? Yeah, deeper than the river.
Look at that. Papa's gonna be down in there.
Yeah. Did you get water?
Oh yeah,
Oh, he's soaked.
If you're still hanging in there, you've made it to the end. We came up here to get one last view, found this rainbow, and then it'll pan on around to the mountains and the sunset and Taylor Reservoir here. This has been an absolutely phenomenal vacation this year. It's really hard to stuff 2 weeks into about a 30-minute video. But the best part about trips like this is not the experiences itself. It's sharing those with friends and family. It's really those human connections that we carry with us. And I cannot explain how awesome it is to have such an amazing group of people to share this with.